Jim Wood owns Cuddles Pet Store in Balbriggan, North County Dublin, along with his husband, Brendan Byrne. Pebbles, the rock pebbler, lives there in the Millfield shopping centre. Newstalk has given Jim and Brendan exclusive access to a local politician as part of our Take Home a TD series. Fianna Fáil's Darragh O'Brien is spending the morning with the pair, following them as they go about a day's business and getting an insight into the running of a small independent company.
Usually on a Monday morning we start getting our orders for the week ready to start bringing in all foods, accessories, treats, toys that we need to restock on. Getting a delivery on a Monday morning is a bit unusual. Usually that would have arrived on Friday. But with the current delay of everybody importing everything out of the UK now, everything is getting a bit delayed, and Brexit is a concern of ours as well.
Biting.
Yes. We're seeing delays.
Okay.
In stock arriving from where it used to take 3 to 4 days, now we're at 5 to 7.
We are in uncharted territory right now, and it's actually starting to impact on businesses here in Fingal.
Like I say, there's one aquatic supplier we would deal with. They're a worldwide group, but we would deal with the UK.
Okay.
So we did ask the question, well, because it would be ridiculously stupid if Ireland was the only country that had a trade tariff imposed compared to the rest of Europe, then maybe we should start dealing with Germany.
Yeah.
Germany will not deal with Ireland.
Why not?
Because on a lot of the sockets, we don't have German sockets. We have UK sockets.
Okay.
It's based on plug sockets.
Believe it or not, they'd have to open an entire different warehouse just to stock Ireland, and it's not worth their while to do it. I do a lot of work with Irish suppliers of pet food. There just aren't enough of them.
Yeah.
And there's only so much space, and there's also qualities, like the ones I stock are fantastic. But there's also a lot of others I could be bringing in, but trying to get them through the UK will become a nightmare if Calais is even further backed up.
Yeah.
Huge checks, and like I can't start going 2 to 3 weeks to get a dog food delivery in.
I was going to ask you, in relation to pet food, are there many Irish producers or manufacturers of
I'll show you the ones we currently have.
Yeah, because I'm just, and obviously I know we were saying earlier on that you're looking at seeing, well, as best as possible where you can actually change.
But if you look at any of the British ones, you've got the big flag, proudly made in.
Yeah.
And I think made in Ireland should be a lot more prevalent than just a small line on the bag. Why not put a giant
tricolour?
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
If we look at this shelf after Brexit now, is this one going to be empty and this one can't scale up to fill?
Yeah.
I don't think I can actually do that.
We need to be helping to look at alternative markets, and it doesn't mean that we're not going to trade with Britain anymore. That's another thing. Some of the discussion is around, well, okay, the Brits are gone, well then that's Britain gone. It isn't the case. It just makes it more difficult and can potentially make it more expensive. But the new markets is massive, and I think that, you know, in looking at how we can improve our connectivity with Europe.
Is there anything else that ordinary people mightn't even think about? Is
on the medicine side of things,
right?
Ireland has not opted into the EU exemption on small animal.
Okay.
Which is limiting the supply of animal remedies to our market.
Exemption at an EU level for medicines.
At an EU level. This is what I was told by one of our suppliers. Like, there's a lot of great products out there.
Small animals.
Well, dogs, cats, hamsters, guinea pigs, rabbits, that we can't avail of. What they run into is trying to license the product. You might just be told, no, we don't want it, or look for a ridiculous amount of money to license it in Ireland with a very small population, and they just, okay, it's not worth doing it.
I think there is an old adage which is right, is that you prepare for the worst and hope for the best, but you have to prepare for that, and I actually don't think in many sectors we are prepared. And
so what kind of, I suppose I'm trying to get a handle on sort of real examples of maybe what conversations you'd open up if you were in government tomorrow, what you'd start putting in place ASAP on the basis of what you've heard here from Jim.
In relation to Brexit particularly?
Well, yeah, I guess that's
Brexit would be my real concern at the moment.
Everything. Well, what we've done already from the opposition, if you don't mind me saying so, is taken probably the most important step forward to provide political stability, that we can actually respond to these threats. If, as others wanted, if we'd pulled the plug, we'd be in the middle of a general election right now.
I know we're not in election mode yet, but on the campaign trail, people say things, people seem very happy with it, and then they get into government and it never happens.
Well, that's not going to be. Look, I sense a small bit of cynicism there. Like, if I say I'll do something, I do my level best to do it. I've been very clear before the last election on the things that I would prioritise in my own brief on housing, to deliver an affordable housing scheme for working people, for thousands of people out there who are renting, who have no hope of buying anything. We'll do that. Okay, so, but then the good thing about in being in politics is I come up for a job interview every couple of years. So if Brendan and Jim decide when I'm not doing my job properly, then they don't vote for me. Yeah. Look, I'll be back to the guys, and then you guys will be the judge of whether I've actually delivered on what I said I do. But I'll do my damnedest to do so. I promise you that.